afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast. It is Thursday, February 27th, and we are going to be kissing February goodbye in a couple more days.
A few more days. Whoa.
Well, that was
We
not
might
cool.
lose power.
We'll still be able to podcast.
In the dark.
In the dark. It's cool. We might very well lose power.
I know we might.
Lights have
They're saying because the wind, we're supposed to get gusts up to like 50 miles an hour or something.
So this is actually a podcast about knitting and crocheting and spinning and fiber and things related to those crafts
From our store.
Here in
Shelburne.
Vermont. Snowy Shelburne. And you can find the store out on all social media as Must Love Yarn. So come find us on Instagram and join our group on Ravelry. Thanks to all of our new members to the group over there. Been some new additions. That's where we run all of our fun knits-alongs. Stay tuned for the outtakes. It's potentially a new one coming up. In addition to the retro along, which is currently running through next week. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as a Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
Yep. And we do actually have podcast and store mascots. They are meerkats. They are a mob of meerkats. We have 3 of them over here.
3 of the 5.
Yes, 3 of the 5. We have with us today the original meerkat, which is Gage. And then we have Gage's friend, Swatch. I can't remember what the meerkats are called. And then we've got this little meerkat, Stitch. And we've got, 2 more that we're still trying to name.
We haven't finalized our names. Everybody keeps giving us good ideas.
No, there's too many good suggestions. So these guys have their own Instagram page as well, which I was alluding to last week was kind of quiet, still quiet. I'm working on it. I should have taken them to the waffle breakfast with us on Sunday at the VFW and made the Mount Abe Eagle hold them. That would have been awesome. But I was off my game. So, anyway. Duly noted for next time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So feel free to follow them out on Instagram as well. And when I get my act together, funny things happen. So, do we hit all the intro stuff? Like,
I think so.
Brain is
most
just
of it
disintegrated.
If you have any questions, we try to put most everything in show notes.
Yep.
Sometimes we miss some stuff, so feel free to send us a message.
And thank you to all of our Australian viewers.
Yeah.
They're states.
They are states. You're right. That's what you said.
Good job. Thank you for the correction.
No,
I appreciate it.
No, it's good to know.
And now I know. And now everybody else knows. So,
and we're glad we picked a good charity. Somebody had noted that.
I think a couple people were.
I tried to find one that I thought was going to be helpful to the wildlife. So
yes,
we're glad to know that, because there's only so much research that you can do to.
We're always happy when we choose wisely.
I know. We do our best to find out as much information as we can and do the background stuff, but sometimes.
Yep, exactly. So we like to start our podcast, and I just am kind of snickering at that because we're like 20 minutes in, but half of this, 3/4 of this is going at the end.
Right.
Start our first segment of the podcast is our pick of the week.
It is.
And the way this works is for the next 2 weeks, with the coupon code that we will give you, you can get 10% off in our online store or in-store of our wine, jeez.
That's where she's at.
Wow. Anybody want to come to my house tonight? Our yarn. yarn, wine. Those are not even closely related words.
They're both 4-letter words.
That's true. That's about as close. That's about the only thing they have
They
in
go well
common.
together.
Yes, they do. Sometimes.
As long as you don't go for your wine or drink too much and start making lots of mistakes.
Not true. Wine sometimes impairs my reading comprehension. And sometimes it's just a handy excuse for my lack of reading comprehension on a pattern. Anyway, we have totally derailed our pick of the week. So we'll give you a coupon code, and it's good for 10% off. And if you have any questions about how to use that coupon code, pro tip, you can't use it with Apple Pay. Just saying. Ask me how I know.
Yep.
Someday Shopify will hopefully fix that.
And you can only use one coupon code
at a time
per checkout.
Yes.
So if you want to get multiple, you have to do multiple checkouts.
Orders. It's just a flaw in the system.
Yep.
So episode 73 has a tutorial of how to do that coupon code if you have any questions or are unsure. So what do we got for pick of the week this week?
So we have a very brand new yarn, and it is by Jody Long, who's been a designer for years and has finally launched his own
yarn
yarn line.
Cool.
He's been a designer for a lot of yarn companies, so now he's got his thing going on. Cool. And this is one of the yarns that he introduced as part of the new yarn line, and it's called Coastline, and it's a good spring yarn, spring, summer, fall. There's no wool in it.
Psst. All of our spring yarns are starting to show up.
Yeah, our spring yarns. You're going to start seeing a lot of them because we've got quite a few in the store. So be prepared for spring yarns for the next few picks of the week. So let me give you the details on this. It's 33% cotton, 28% viscose, 27% nylon, 12% linen. So viscose is typically bamboo, but they can make it from other plants as well. But typically it's bamboo. And what else do we want to know? These are 100 gram skeins, and they're 218 yards, so it is worsted weight. Okay. It's so soft, and it's got just a little bit of a sheen to it, that the viscose that's in it, and sometimes nylon can have a little bit of a sheen to it too. So let me show you the colors. We've got 6 colors in stock right now.
Cool.
And they do have that little bit of variation in color in them. Some of them it's easier to see than others. Like you don't really notice it in this one as much, or this one, or even the seafoam color. So this is actually the seafoam knit up, and it's really, really soft. This has to be block still. Andrea just finished knitting this for a shop sample. And let me tell you what the pattern is in this. This is dry stone cowl, and I will link to it in show notes. It's in the show notes, but I forgot to put the link in there. It's available on Ravelry, and there's 3 different sizes. So there's one that sits like really close to your neck, and you can do that in one skein. It takes 185 yards. There's also one that sits close to your neck, but it's really tall, and that one would take 2 skeins. And then this is the long version, and this took 2 skeins. So they're $15.99 a skein, so you get 10% off that, whatever we've got in stock. And the colors are really pretty. They're soft and muted, well, except for this one is a little brighter. But
this one's showing as kind of a gray on the screen, but it's really kind of a
lavender,
lavendery color.
It is. Yeah. So yeah, those are all the colors that we've got in stock. So it's really, really nice. So if you can't wear wool but are looking for something that's worsted weight, let me pull this off so I can show it to you a little bit closer, because the stitch definition is really pretty on it. There it is. So it's kind of a fun cowl, just using some knits and pearls to create some texture, which is really fun.
Yep.
Nice. So that is the pick for this week.
Weekly pick Coastline.
Weekly pick Coastline.
We'll just keep it super simple.
We'll keep it really simple. And that's the pattern, in case you're wondering. Of course, Ange can do her little magic picture-y thing.
I can, which I have not been doing.
If she wanted to. But I will also link it in show notes so that you can just click right to it. And it's a cute pattern. I think think I paid for this one. This was a paid for pattern. I can't remember. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was.
You can mix it up.
Nice.
I forgot to look that. Those important details up.
Those important details.
So, weekly pick, Coastline.
Coastline. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a really cool yarn. I like it. It's really so soft.
Yeah. Nice option for summer.
Yep.
So we're really actually not wearing any hand knits today.
I wore the cowl briefly.
I had a cowl on, or a shawl on, when I came in, my hydrangea, and I took it off.
So it's in show notes, but
It is in show notes. It's over here. I'll show it. I can grab it. You guys have seen this. I wear it a lot.
we
It's
did that
this
as
gray.
a knit along.
We did. I think that's backwards, actually. There. Yeah.
Held up like that, you probably can't see much of a difference with the light shining through it. It is a pretty
It's
shawl.
so pretty. I like it because it's really pretty lightweight.
Yeah.
Um,
That was made with a fiber company, wasn't it?
yeah, it's like
Yarn.
their, I want to say it's like merino, linen, silk,
Yep.
yak, possum. No, I don't know. There was like a whole bunch of, there's a lot of different fibers in
Every
there.
fiber you can imagine. There were
Pretty
a lot
much.
of them in it.
Yeah. Yep. We did that.
I was going to wear a shawl and I walked right out of the house without it.
Oopsie.
I know. Because I had to get on the road like really early
Yeah.
to go to the vet's office, and then I just, you know how when your schedule, your like routine gets changed from what you normally do?
Yeah.
It just kind of throws everything off.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I should probably give a quick Felix update.
Mm-hmm. Buttons?
So the Etsy ribbon has all arrived.
Oh, good.
And if I had, again, had my act together today,
We could have voted.
We could have voted. I'm just incredibly happy I made it out of the house with the actual iPad and my current work in progress. So I'm considering that winning today.
So we'll see Felix and ribbon next time, maybe.
Probably because I knew I couldn't wear it this week because I had to go to court today, so I wasn't going to be able to wear it as part of my wardrobe, so I wasn't as motivated to get it all done. I don't think that I actually need voting on the ribbon because one has done generally like just risen to the top of what I think is going to work the best. So literally just need to sew it to the sweater, and then I can sew buttons on.
Excellent.
And then it will be done. And then I can hopefully wear it next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the
Nice.
current plan. But sewing of ribbon requires a little bit of attention to detail. And I don't really want to do it at night at the end of the day because it's just asking for me to not have it go well.
Yeah.
So I kind of need a during the daytime, like on a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
To do that. So that's the update on Felix. We're making progress.
Nice.
We're getting there. All of the Etsy ribbons arrived, and they're all lovely. Every single one of them. All 4 of the extra ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes you just don't know how
No.
the colors are going to play exactly when they come.
Nope, you don't.
So, anyway, I will have to find uses for the other ones, or they'll just go into my ribbon hoard and will never get used. So, there's that too. It's like the black hole of buttons and ribbons at my house.
It is nice though when you have them on hand and you don't have to go out and get them for.
That is true.
When I finished that last cardigan that I did, it was so nice. I could just, I had a bunch of different options and could lay them all out. And I don't buy that kind of thing very often. But if I see something that I love, I try to make sure I buy enough that will have a sweater's quantity on hand.
My problem is it seems like whenever I go into Joann Fabric, and they actually have pretty good buttons there, and their ribbon's okay, but pretty good buttons.
The one here used to have even better, and they've kind of scaled it back.
But I always seem to show up when like the buttons are on sale. And so I cannot be held responsible if the buttons are all 50% off, that ones need to be purchased. But anyway, what are you going to do? So I don't have any finished objects this week.
I don't either.
I did block the Fibonacci cowl that I showed last week. And I'm pretty sure when I was knitting the purple band on, I did exactly what the pattern told you not to do, which is to not pick up too many stitches or it would pucker, because the back is all kind of puckered now that I've blocked it. So I had to try it on and see if it's going to bother me, or as somebody said in the comments, they said when I was holding it up, they thought it was a poncho for Abigail, and I went, oh my god, that's brilliant. It probably would work for a poncho for her, and she would look so cute in it. So I may try that and just see if she wants to wear it as a poncho. I'm sure she'll declare it too itchy, which seems to be the MO these days.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yep, she's kind of that age where
it's all yucky.
Yep.
I don't like it at all. So anyway, so that was a great, I am so, thank you for that comment, because now I could potentially use that for a poncho for her.
Yep.
It would totally work.
Yeah, and then when she outgrows it, you can wear it as a cowl if you want.
Wear it as a cowl. Yeah, exactly. That's called winning. So that was all that I had for finished objects. How about you?
So no finished objects, but I'm still working on my test knit, which doesn't look like a whole lot yet. It's the body of the sweater, and I always have to add length. I'm sitting, so it's hard to tell, but I always have to add length to my sweater because I have a really long torso. I usually have to add like an inch, which you probably are sick of me saying because I've said it so many times every time I knit a sweater. This is Night Path Test Knit for Alicia Plummer, and it's bottom up. I'm almost at the point of doing the sleeves. I almost did the sleeves first, which I should have now, thinking back on it, because then I would just be able to attach the sleeves and go. There is some color work that goes up in the yoke section, and so I've got 2 shades of green that I'm going to use for the colors in the top section, because I've been wanting to knit a green sweater lately, but I didn't want to do this one that had color work all green.
It's like we have a mind meld.
I know, it's so funny. It's so funny. But I've got a couple CC's wool yarn babies in a really pretty green that I got 2 years ago. I don't know. I think it was 2 years ago.
Babies.
I know, and they're worsted weight. So I just have to find a pattern to use those in. But, so this is coming along. I'm pretty much, I probably should stop knitting on it while we're podcasting, because I'm really close. I was really close. I was about an inch, and it doesn't take long in this nice bulky yarn. This is Alpha Slopey, which is the bulky version of the Lopi. And it doesn't take very many rounds to get an inch when you're knitting this, and it's on size 10 needles. So, yeah. I've been working mostly on this. I haven't had a lot of knitting time between here and Cranky Sheep. I've been pretty busy doing lots of work stuff. But I've been teaching quite a bit. We usually do most of our classes on the weekends, and I currently, last weekend, started a sock class, and we had a nice turnout of people wanting to learn to knit socks. And I have a pattern that I did for worsted weight yarn. And so I do oftentimes like to have some samples so that I can show people the different parts of the sock and show them how to do different techniques and things like that. So we got started, and most everybody got through the heel flap and heel turn, and most people had started the gusset, because I do a shorty so that we can get through a lot of that, and everybody was right on top of it.
Nice.
And so I pretty much finished this except for Kitchenering, so I'm going to walk everybody through Kitchenering in the next class. And then I do also have one that I got to the point of picking up stitches for the gusset, because I did have a few people who couldn't make the last class, and I wanted to, if they're at this point, I wanted to be able to show them how to do that. So that's what I've been working on.
Nice.
And this is Euro Baby Yarns. This is their fair aisle, which we've got in the store. It's kind of fun because it's a true sock yarn. It's a wool nylon blend.
Nice.
And it's self-striping, and I think they're 150 gram skeins, so you can get actually you don't even have to do shorties. You can do a taller sock out of one skein, which is nice.
Awesome.
So, but you can definitely very easily get shorties out of it. These are fun, just kind of like around the house socks, or it's really easy. I just did 2x2 ribbing, which you can obviously make as tall as you want, and have just a nice boot sock too.
Yeah, boot socks are always nice to have.
Yeah. So this pattern's available if you're interested on Ravelry, and I link to it.
Awesome.
If you want just a worsted weight, easy sock pattern.
Cool.
Yeah. So these are kind of fun. And I hadn't knit with this yarn yet. We have a sample knit up in the store. I didn't knit it out of this because I've done a couple pair of these in the Barocca Vintage, and I did a pair in the Ultra Wool, Barocca Ultra Wool too.
Maybe we should do a shorty sock along too. I think we did one a couple of years ago, didn't we? But between that pattern and Denise or Tonga's Girl just released a new shorty sock pattern a little bit ago, and then there's like Rose City Rollers, and there's like a whole bunch of different
jelly roll ones,
that are really cute shorty socks.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that too.
That'd be fun. Yeah, like you can do a pair of these in a day. They're so quick.
Yeah,
they're really, really quick to do. So
I
know I had to stop.
You could double dip. You could do a Scrappy short sock.
A Scrappy short sock. You could. Wait until the outtakes.
Yeah, or we'll talk about it in just a little bit.
That's true. So I did these on the 9-inch circulars, and the only place that you need to do either magic loop or double points is when you go to Kitchener, or actually 2 rows. 4 rows before you Kitchener, because I got too few stitches, so I had to switch from the circs to double points.
Nice.
But you can do the heel flap, the heel turn, and the gusset all on the 9-inch.
Yep.
It gets a little bit weird, and you feel like you're really maneuvering.
To do some finger Jenga.
Yeah, but it does work. So.
Yep.
That's really what I've been working on, because I really want to get the socks to the point of, and I had plenty of time because I'm there, and I had a few days left when I got them there, but I wanted to make sure that was done before class on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I started the sweater that I was talking about last week when we were podcasting, which is the Copenhagen cardigan. It's by Petite Knits. And let me see if I can sort of show this. I'm right in the middle of a row, but I think I can. It's a top-down raglan cardigan. So I've got,
that's cute.
It's going to be the sleeve there. It is a fingering and a mohair held double. The top band has already been knit, and you knit the button bands as you go, so that you don't have to pick up stitches at the end for those. I am about 5 rows shy of dividing for the sleeves, but I also have about 400 stitches on the needles right now. So fingering and mohair held double is roughly a DK weight. So I'm on 6s, so it's not a teeny tiny sweater, but it's not a super large sweater, and I have dog and cat hair all over this thing. So I'm not sure how well this color is going to play on the screen. That's a little bit better. It's a really sort of deep jewel toned green, and it is, the mohair is La Bien-Aimée that I got at Indie Untangled, and the fingering weight is Earl Grey Sock Company, also purchased at Indie Untangled. And the Earl Grey is actually, it's their gunpowder sock, so it's a merino yak nylon blend. So it's
super soft,
really luxurious.
Yeah.
And takes that color just so just deep and
yeah, because yak is typically like kind of a grayish brown color.
Yeah.
So when you over dye it, you get a little bit of variation just because of that.
So those two together, and it's just this really luxurious, pretty sweater. I will say, if you have not knit a top-down raglan sweater before, I would not recommend this pattern. It's not a beginner pattern.
Really?
Yep. Just because it doesn't go... It presumes you have some knowledge of how to knit a raglan sweater and how to do the increases for a raglan sweater.
Okay.
So that's my only caveat. But otherwise, it's a very straightforward. It's got some short row shaping up at the top to make the back a little bit higher.
Our lights are doing wacky.
Yeah. Flickery.
Maybe, I wonder. Oh no, it's all of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought one might just be a bulb getting ready to go, but I don't think it is.
More than one going.
Yeah.
This also, you do what they're calling afterthought buttonholes. So you
really?
use teeny tiny buttons on it and just kind of poke your finger through and then knit the hole down with the mohair.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll see. It may be an open cardigan with no buttons, which, if you know me, will work just as well. It also has pockets, so I'm pretty excited about that. And apparently this is all I've been working on.
I know. I haven't had a whole lot going on. I haven't had a whole lot of knitting time, so it's okay. It happens sometimes.
Oh, that's getting kind of annoying.
I know it is. We're sorry. We're not strobing the lights on purpose. The wind is picking up here. So our lights are flickering.
Yes. Yep. So that pretty much is going to make a really boring podcast because I don't have a ton of stuff to show.
I know, but so I've been so busy, I really haven't been on Instagram hardly at all. But I happened to pop on. I usually see like 2 posts and then I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Don't have time. So the very first post that popped up was from Drunk Knitter. So I follow her on Instagram and she just released a new pattern. And it's such a great idea. So many people have been doing patterns where they may not use scrap yarn to knit them, but they're like, this would be a really great pattern for scrap yarn. And this one, it's called the Scrapper Cardi.
Nice.
And that's exactly the thing that she was going for with this. It's a DK. It uses DK weight yarn, but the other thing that she mentioned in her Instagram post was that she often holds 2 strands of fingering weight together for a DK, and that would be such a fun way of doing it. And she gives you the information on how to do the transition, and I love that it's kind of patchwork. So she's got like a gold sleeve over here, and then she did the gold bands down the front, and it's so cute.
It is cool.
It's really, really cute, and you may not be able to see in the picture, but if you go online, I'll link to this pattern. It's on Ravelry, and it's actually on sale. So of course you're seeing this on Friday, and we record on Thursday. But she's doing 15% off until the end of day on Friday, I think.
Okay.
So
I promise I'll be uploading it at my office tomorrow.
So if you're quick enough, or if you watch this early enough, then you can get 15%. I think it's either 15 or 20% off.
Nice.
Her pattern. So, but it's an $8 pattern, I think. Otherwise.
Awesome.
But it's really cute. It's garter stitch, so it's really fun because you don't have. It's a good like Netflix watching project, but it does have a little bit of ribbing in here, and it looks like sun rays almost going down the sweater. It's really pretty, and it caught my eye. So I think I might pull out some yarn, and I might do something where I use some fingering weight, held double, maybe even do some sections where I hold some mohair double, or I was trying to plan this because then we've got the Legacy, the Slubba Dub, and I was like, it'd be fun to throw some of that in and have some texture to it, and just kind of like go all out with it and just have some fun with it. You're gonna go Steven
West on it.
I know, but it'd be fun. It's perfect, and it's so cute. I really, really like that. So,
hence the outtakes with doing a Scrappy along.
Yeah,
because there's so many, Scrappy blankets, Scrappy socks, Scrappy hats.
Well, the shifts, a lot of people have been doing the shift patterns.
Yep, with scraps.
Yep. Pam did the shift, the cowl shift with scraps. We've got it. She put it on display here in the store, and it's really cute.
Yep. So I think we were talking, and the outtakes says, like, should we do this? I think we're just going to. So.
Yeah. So that'd be fun. So then,
we'll start it March 6th. That'll be next Friday. Probably run it for a couple of months, because if you want to do a sweater, it'll take you some time.
Yeah. Maybe I can get my current sweaters done by then, and then I can cast that on.
Awesome.
I know. That would be fun.
So, scrap along. Scrap along.
Mine may not be scrap along, though. Mine might be full skeins that I have along. Does that count if I use stash?
Have I ever said no?
It's okay. I'm not eligible for prizes anyway, so.
It's fine. It's totally fine. You know we're loosey-goosey with the rules here.
Yeah.
So join us for the scrap along.
I'm going to turn into the stash along. No, maybe I'll find some scraps that I can throw in with my full skeins too.
That would count. Or you could use, if you're holding fingering double, have a one skein and then the other strand is your scraps.
Yeah, that's fun. I've seen when people do that.
That would totally count. So then you almost have like continuity with one of the colors, and then
the other is changing. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So
I like it.
So we just gave you a whole bunch of suggestions.
I know.
So join us for the scrap along.
Scrap along.
And so speaking of knit alongs,
yes,
the retro along,
yes,
we'll be wrapping up next week.
Okay.
I
didn't participate.
I did not either.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Lots of people did. And I will do all of your entries into an Excel spreadsheet and then totally randomize it, because Excel's good like that. And then random number generate for prizes.
Nice.
For next week, maybe, if I can get my act together.
Okay.
I don't want to promise, because the second I promise, something will hit the fan and we won't be able to podcast, or I'll forget, or anyway.
Yeah.
I will do my best.
Okay.
To try to do prizes for the retro along next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because speaking of what happens when stuff hits the fan, we have not drawn prizes for our Warmth with Yarn cowl.
Nope. For
our in-store participation. So I finally did it, guys. I got everybody in the spreadsheet. Woo! I'm so proud of myself. We had like 259 entries.
Wow.
So it's
and
that doesn't count the stuff I did and the stuff that Pam did and the stuff that Andrea did, because I excluded those because we're not eligible for prizes.
Right.
So, depending on how many things you sent us, I entered your name into a list that many times, and then I told Excel to make it random. So it totally jumbled up the whole list, and then I random number generated.
Nice.
4 prizes. So we're going to do prizes for this one as a pattern, Ravelry pattern of your choice, individual pattern, up to $8, since a lot of the patterns seem to be going up to $8, which is fine. I know we were saying 7 for a while, but we'll go up to 8. So if you want to message one of us, actually either of us can take care of this for you.
Yep. Let us know which pattern you want up to a value of $8, and we'll send it your way.
And we will. And it'll get added to your Ravelry library, and it'll all be right there for you. It's very easy peasy. So, our winners. 3 of these people don't even live in Vermont. These are people that mailed us stuff. That's awesome.
Yep.
We love it. So, coming to us from Maryland, who sent us an entire box of soap sacks.
I know, that was one of the first entries we got into it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. With soap included is Marianne.
Yay!
Marianne
thank you,
S.
Marianne.
I don't necessarily want to say people's last names on the podcast. Anyway, so you know who you are, and we know who you are.
We do.
Marianne S. from Maryland. Congratulations.
And thank you for your immense generosity.
Oh my gosh, yes. I didn't write down the number. Some of them I wrote down how many they gave us, but it was a lot. I want to say like 30 entries for her.
So.
Yeah.
Plus, she had a bunch of like grocery bags and stuff that she sent us.
Oh yeah.
Like bags.
So totally amazing.
Yeah.
So our participant number 2, who is winning a pattern prize, is from Missouri.
Cool.
And she knit a bunch of slippers and cowls.
Nice.
And so Jane M. from Missouri, thank you. The places that we donated that also thank all of you.
Everybody, they all sent us really nice thank you cards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're all very appreciative of this.
Very, very appreciative. Yeah, they really were.
Our 3rd winner.
And so are we. Of course.
Sent us an assortment of hats, shawls, cowls, and headbands, all things that are very useful here. So Julie Z. from Massachusetts.
Yay.
Yay. And finally,
a local, she has a sock knitting machine.
Let's caveat this with the 32 pairs of socks that came in. Were knit on a sock machine.
Yeah.
However,
it was super generous.
Super generous. Amazing, because still you donate all that yarn.
Yeah, exactly.
And socks. Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah. So Ronnie L,
who's
local to us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your generosity.
We'll probably try to snag you when you come in next and just be like, "What pattern do you want?" She'll be like, "What?"
I know.
What are you talking about? So, congratulations. Thank you to everybody who sent stuff in. We are going to just keep making this an annual event that we run in the fall leading up to the holidays to encourage people to donate either here, send them to us at the store, or at a local charity. We have a bunch of folks online that donate locally, and we run a thread on Ravelry where they can enter for different prizes. We already took care of those prizes, but hadn't gotten to this one yet.
Well, we had to do, you ended up having to do that big spreadsheet, and that took some time to do, so.
Yeah. But, exactly.
Better late than never.
So congratulations. Thank you for everyone who participated.
You guys are amazing.
It's amazing. We love how willing everybody is to give back.
Yeah.
And that's
the generosity of everybody was just.
Exactly. And you're making a difference in the lives of people. So that's,
I know.
Doesn't get much better than that.
I know.
Yeah.
So true.
Those are the prizes. The retro along, we'll close that next week. Or, as I always say, if the thread's not locked, keep posting. Okay? Because
it's our fault if we haven't closed it.
Exactly. So this will be the one time that I probably hard deadline it, and somebody will have been counting on me to be a total slacker. And anyway, I apologize in advance.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So did you list your stitch marker tints on the cranky sheet?
I did. And
awesome.
Some of our lovely viewers have already snagged some of their favorites. There's still a number of them left because I had quite a few of them to post. So
I have a quick little shout out, but I want to make sure I get the person's name right.
Oh, yeah. We've got a shout out from people who visited, but I've got the note in my office, so I will have to shout out next time.
Okay, so here's my shout out.
Okay, shout out.
A shout out to Jen. Jen, who met our good friend Jane, who is the lead singer for Hotbox Honey, who provides us the intro music
for the podcast.
For the podcast. So Jen apparently was someplace where Jane's band was performing.
Oh, that's too
Recognized
funny.
the name, introduced herself. They're now best friends. I think it's awesome.
That's
And Jane
funny.
relayed the story to me, so I just wanted to say, Jen, thank you for watching. We're so glad you love the music.
That's
and
so cool.
Jane was amazed that you recognized her band from the podcast. And I was like, oh, people are awesome.
I know.
Like, it's
I
amazing.
know. We got a lot of people commenting on that they love the music that we have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hotbox Honey, which I think you put it in credits.
It is in the credits. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they were so generous to let us have the instrumental version of. Yeah.
Gave it to us.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. We have some of their CDs here. Like, we give them out every once in a while.
Yeah,
Like, I
we
just
do.
said, can I have a handful of them? And she gave me like a
She's
box
like,
of like
"Here."
100. She's like, here you go. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they do some local gigs and stuff. It's
Yeah, their
Yeah.
music's great.
yeah.
James is an amazing singer. So anyway, so Jen, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
so glad
cool.
you met Jane. Jane's also amazing.
I love the
So-
small world connections like that when things like that happen,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like, that is just the coolest thing.
Yeah. Super cool.
That's neat.
So much fun.
Very cool.
Yeah. Do we get anything else?
We still have a few seasons of Vermont boxes left,
Yes.
which we showed it on last episode of the podcast 155. We went through everything that's in the box. So if you didn't catch last week's episode and you want to know what's in it, we show it on that episode, and all of the pictures are up on the website now, so you can check it out there. But we do have just a few of those left, so if you thought you missed out on it, go check it out, because there are some left right now anyway.
And we still have a few spots in the
retreat.
retreat for the doubles and the triples rooms.
Yep.
So that's coming up in June, at the beginning of June. So if you'd like to come join us for a really fun, relaxing, long weekend here in Vermont, hang out with us and a bunch of other really awesome fiber enthusiasts. Come drink some wine with your yarn with us.
It was funny. I was been emailing back and forth with Tammy of Wing and a Prayer Farm, and she is so excited for the retreat. She is so excited for
to
it.
have her come.
Yeah, I know.
So Tammy is going to be teaching dye class.
A natural dyeing class, which is going to be so
and
fun.
spending the entire weekend with us. So you're going to get front row access to Tammy and all of her awesomeness.
I know.
For the entire weekend.
I know. She's so fun.
So excited.
She's just the nicest person, and so I think she's excited just to have a weekend
to just relax,
to enjoy everybody, because she hosts so many classes and events and things at her farm, and she's so busy while she's hosting them that she doesn't really get to participate in them a lot. You know, she's either teaching, or if somebody is teaching at the farm, she's running around trying to make sure everything is the way it needs to be, so her guests are, she so well taken care of that, so she doesn't usually get to participate. So
she gets to come and
she
participate.
gets to have,
let us do the running around.
She gets to have a weekend on us of just kind of
hanging out.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
So we're excited for that.
We are so excited.
Yeah.
So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, and you have the ability to come travel to us in Vermont in June, take a look. It's linked in show notes. We tried our hardest to keep the prices as affordable as possible.
But it's all inclusive. It includes your rooms, your meals, your class. So
trip to the winery.
We're going to a vineyard and
wine tasting if you want.
If you want to participate.
Yep, if you want to participate. And the only extras we have, we have cash bars at dinner, and the marketplace, and trip to the yarn shop.
Pop up little shops.
Yeah. So super fun.
Yeah.
Come hang. I know everybody had a great time last year when we did it, and we've got some fun new things planned for this year. So game night.
Knitting the game.
It
was fun. We played that. That was really fun. Yeah.
We're all yarn hoarders. That is what became apparent playing that game.
Because we're like, oh, we have some of that yarn. Oh, I've knit that pattern.
So bad.
That was funny.
So very bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we've pretty much run through our
I think so.
list
It's
of
going to be
stuff
a little
that we
shorter
got here.
podcast.
Yeah, it's still
Just about an hour.
still in an hour.
Yeah.
Still
About
managed
45
to-
minutes of podcast-like material and
Yeah.
15 minutes of outtake-ish material.
Exactly. Exactly. So, well, we thank everybody for stopping by and spending some time with us. And we hope that you enjoyed your time. And if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. That way, when it takes 22 hours for my home internet to upload, you get a notification that it's done instead of just having to wonder what happened to us.
Yeah.
Internet. Anyway,
What can you do?
what can you do?
Yeah. At least the lights stopped flashing here, so
This is true.
for now.
This is true. So, I think we're pretty set for next week, unless, something.
Yeah.
It's always possible. But as of right now, plans are to be back next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, until next week. Bye.
Talk about all the snow.
That's not going to get us into trouble. Get me all wound up.
Don't round up.
I know, I feel like I spend most of my time in a highly agitated state, and I think it's just due to my profession.
Yeah.
Like, my cortisol levels have got to be off the charts most of the time. My poor body doesn't
Yeah,
even
do you
probably-
wear so I've got a Fitbit. Do you have something like that monitors your heart rate? I'd be so
No.
curious to see the
So I think it's probably more of my blood pressure. I don't really find that my heart rate goes up. Maybe I just don't even notice it anymore. But I can just feel myself just
Yeah.
I have a horrible profession. Just for that regard. I mean, it's constant
Yeah.
angst and
Yeah.
anyway.
That's
not why y'all came here to listen to me complain.
You can listen to my crazy dreams. I dreamt all night. It was so weird. It's one of those things, a lot of times when I wake up, I woke up at, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something. Mm-hmm. And usually when I wake up, when I go back to sleep, I don't pick up the dream again.
Yeah.
And this time I did. It was nightmare dreams. It was so weird. Yeah.
So I started watching a new series on Netflix.
Did you?
Have you seen The Magicians?
I've seen the preview thingy for it, but I haven't actually watched it.
It's interesting.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of like Harry Potter meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Game of Thrones meets it's wild. The Umbrella Academy. Did you watch that one when it came out?
No.
I mean, I think it was originally on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's interesting if you like that genre. So, I have gotten completely sucked in.
Cool.
And partway through season 2.
Are you?
Yeah. Yay, Netflix.
Yep.
Yay, Netflix. So, yes, the weather. I just got done driving through the northern half of the state in a snow squall.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to get it very much. It was supposed to pretty much stay rain and then we didn't.
And then,
we
boom.
didn't end up getting that much. It's only maybe half an inch or something.
Down here, yeah.
But it was supposed to stay pretty much rain until this evening, and then it was supposed to turn just a little bit of snow and then move out really quickly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much moved out, and it started as rain and then turned to snow. And it accumulated, which it was weird. Here in the valley, we're in the Champlain Valley, and the lake keeps us warmer here, so we weren't really supposed to get any snow, but we did.
Then we did in other places because I was up more in the mountains today.
Yeah, and they were supposed to get snow.
It was exciting.
Thank goodness for all-wheel drive vehicles.
Not only all-wheel drive, but studded snow tires.
Yeah, they're good in the ice.
That's because I gotta go places.
Yep.
Snow or no snow, does not matter.
Snow doesn't bother me, but I don't like ice.
The ice is,
That's when it gets bad. Freezing rain, oh, that's the worst.
Well, the snow that was coming down, at least where I was, up kind of in the edge of the Northeast Kingdom was so wet and heavy. It was like acting like ice on the car. So like a sheet of it over the front hood, and then it was like icing on the edges of the windshield.
Wow.
Because it was just compacting together. And actually, as I got down in here and the temperature started to warm up a little bit, and I could pick my speed back up, like I was having like sheets of it like
peel
loose
off,
from the roof of my car, which is I
Crazy.
don't like. I like to clean that stuff off, but if you're driving, there's not much you can do about it.
Well, that's a funky little knot.
Huh.
Oh, there we go. It just knotted itself.
Knotted itself.
There we go. I've only got like an inch, and then I have to put this aside and start the sleeves.
So we had some fun excitement on Saturday. We went to a hockey game, and I don't think I posted it on Instagram. I think I posted it on Facebook. We were sitting up on the side of the rink up above the glass, and we had a puck come up over.
Did you really?
And it went right over the top of my shoulder and hit the seats behind us.
Oh my gosh.
To which we were able to grab it because there was not... I mean, we go watch middle area hockey, and there's always open seats. So the row behind us was completely open. So we got the puck, and it, still had ice on it. And, Abigail's, like, holding it. She's like, this is too cold. Because it came right off the ice. It was a solid brick of ice. But anyway, that was exciting.
That's crazy. Glad it didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, because those things move.
Yeah, they do. And they're heavy. Like, if you've never held one, hockey pucks are really, really heavy.
Solid little things. Yeah, so that was fun. So Middlebury won 6-0.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a rout. They actually scored what I am referring to as a reverse power play goal. The other team had the power play, and they scored a goal.
That's kind of funny.
So I think they have a playoff game this weekend.
Cool.
So that'll be fun. Yeah. We enjoy going down there. Let's go watch that stuff for free.
Yeah.
They don't charge, which is nice if you're doing family.
Yeah.
Just makes it affordable.
Exactly. Yeah, you can go and do that and have lunch if you want, or just hang out.
Or we usually have dinner because they're like later, like 4:00-ish.
Yeah.
And you can sit, like, we are able to sit, like, right on the edge, either where, like, the refs come and go, and so they'll give pucks out to, like, the kids.
Yeah,
or we can, this last time we were sitting over by where the Middlebury team comes and goes from their locker room, and so that's cool because I get the kids reach their hands through the gate. They get high-fived, or, like, they'll tap them with a hockey stick. And so it's just, it's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's kind of a neat experience.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It does. It brings sports to a different level, especially for kids. I am not a huge fan of watching many sports on TV, but I love going to live sports.
Yeah. Yep. And hockey is definitely one of those where I find it really hard to watch on TV, but live, I think it's super fun.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about hockey. I did not grow up watching hockey.
Yeah.
But I just think it's...
I had cousins who played.
I just impressed
and a lot
with
of my friends played in high school.
The level of skating is just amazing. So, but yep, fun times. Let's see, what else has been going on? I'm working, lots of work.
Yeah. Okay. I have not had much knitting time.
Workity work.
It's busy.
And I have been incredibly monogamous to this this one project, which is very weird for me.
I like that yarn.
Isn't it? Isn't that knitting up
together.
gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
So awesome.
That's really lovely.
Beautiful. I don't think it's gonna show very well on the screen. Maybe. It's that really pretty jadey green.
Mm-hmm. It's really lovely.
If you go to my project page, the picture is terrible. I'm going to have to take another one.
Just a little heads up.
Just a
go
little
to my
heads
project
up.
page, but it's horrible.
Well, the picture is fine. The color is not accurate.
Yeah, it's hard to get it.
Dark colors are very hard to photograph.
Yeah. And like solid colors because the camera
can't pick up
blows out if it sees, a lot of one color, it blows it in the other direction because it tries to overcompensate for the color.
That's true. I should probably try to take a picture here where it's a little brighter too, instead of in my living room.
Yeah, in the evening you don't have. Yeah, I know.
It's not that the light's not very good.
Yeah. Even today's a really gray day, and the light back here is really good.
Yeah. Yippers. So, if anybody had a pool going last Friday, it was 22 hours to upload the podcast. Was ridiculous.
I know. I was like, it hasn't uploaded yet. Oh, well.
That's why I felt the need to post out on on Instagram when I got up in the morning, because I didn't want you guys to be sad that there wasn't a podcast. It was coming. It's just I have very slow internet at my house, and I wasn't going to my office that day. So I started the upload Thursday night at 5 o'clock. And it appears to have uploaded itself by about 3 p.m. on Friday. That would be 22 hours for a little bit over an hour podcast. That's ridiculous. Yep, so that's why I usually upload it at my office, because it takes about an hour to do it at my office. But anywho. So, fun times.
Yep.
Fun times. But that's what I got for supporting the local internet and phone company, as opposed to the company who shall remain unnamed, which I have at my office.
And we have here.
And we have here at the store. But anyway, it did manage to finally upload itself. I can't believe that my iPad didn't time itself out.
I know, right?
Sorry, too long.
Yeah, sometimes they do that.
I think I actually have my iPad set to it won't go to sleep, because I use it a lot for cooking, pulling up recipes and stuff, so I don't want it to go to sleep.
With your hands all messy, come
on!
That's
always when it happens.
I know.
Always, without fail. Yep. So.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep. So I saw the new Alicia Plummer pattern that was released. Was it yesterday or the day before? The little, she did two. There was a heavier, bulky one, and the non-bulky, the Aran weight one.
The bulky one, I think, is the one that she just released.
So
Becky knit that one.
Cute. I know, Becky's looked amazing.
Yeah, wasn't it pretty?
It's beautiful.
I'm going to have another one here. So.
Very exciting.
I know. She hasn't released that one yet, thank goodness, because my desk knitting is a little behind schedule. Actually, I don't know when she's going to release this one. I haven't been on the board in a little while. I've been so slammed.
I haven't been on Ravelry at all lately.
Yeah.
I poked out just to see if there was anything happening on the retro along, because apparently I'm supposed to be moderating that. I figured if anything bad happened, somebody would flag me or, ear burn me or something. So,
I was on this morning because I saw a really pretty, I'm going to show you guys, but I saw a really pretty sweater that somebody had posted on their Instagram feed. So I went and I had to get the patterns.
Nice.
You know how it works.
Absolutely guilty of that as well.
But it's a cool one. You can use up scraps if you want with it, which is always a bonus.
Maybe we should do a scrap-tastic along. People could do scrappy blankets, scrappy socks, scrappy sweater, scrappy whatever, scrappy hat, scrappy along.
Scrappy.
Let me know if you guys want to do a scrappy along. That kind of sounds fun, doesn't it?
Does sound fun.
Scrappy along. That might be fun. Yep. Maybe one of these days I'll open that advent calendar that I have. could use that.
Still
for
hasn't
some...
opened.
I haven't opened it yet. It's still in the box.
Oh my gosh.
So sad.
That's funny.
I'm saving it for next.
I was going to say, you're going to have a surprise.
At this point, I'm just going to wait until December.
You can do Christmas in July. Save until July.
I could. I really am enjoying the crocheted blankets that people are doing with the mini skeins. So I'm kind of...
Oh.
I know. God.
Oh, no.
I know. What could possibly go wrong? Everything.
Everything. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So fun. So much fun.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, if I decide to do that, you guys will get to go on my journey with me in all of its glory and potential disasters. It would be amazing.
I'm going to run for the hills.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But that would actually be a good way to practice crochet and get that rhythm down, because it's just like, I don't know, what is it, what are they doing in those ones that with a little scallopy?
Oh, it's basically, it's just double crochet and chain stitch usually if it's like a granny square style of cluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just double crochet.
Those are all technical terms in case you were wondering. You're just offended crocheters everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
It's like when you're watching like TV or movies and they have somebody that's knitting and it's never like, really, you have this whole movie and you can't actually take the 5 minutes to like have somebody who actually knows how to knit show you how to hold the knitting needles.
I know.
Seriously.
It is funny. There was something, what we were watching. We were watching something the other day and somebody was like supposed to be knitting in it and you saw it like they're holding the needles right and you like looked like they were going in the stitch, but it was like this. It was just kind of like the needles moving and not really knitting was happening. I can't remember.
Better than what most of
them
do.
I know.
But yeah.
That's funny. Anyway,
we should probably proceed.
I know. I gotta go pick up Willie.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm just excited because my evening meeting got canceled, so my whole schedule just changed. So I'm feeling a lot more relaxed.
Excellent. I'll put this up here.
Okie dokie.
Because we're going to need that soon.
All right.